On behalf of the EDB, I would like to warmly welcome you all for the webinar, 28th webinar, organized by the EDB on very timely and important topic, that is Introduction for Organic Certification. As you are aware, at present, people are more concerned about the healthy food, immunity development, credibility, feasibility, zero pesticide, and zero weedicide, and so on. So the product labeled as organic might be a perfect answer for this question. We have experienced that there's a growing demand for organic food nowadays worldwide. Demand for organic food is still and continuously growing. In 2019, the demand for the organic food has shown like more than US dollars 95 billion and is still growing. Parallel to that, market demand organic farming is continuously growing and has wider acceptance by the farming community to turn to the organic farming. I think that you are aware if a product to be certified as organic, that a product to be recognized as organic, that product must be certified by an accredited third-party certification body to guarantee that the product is organically processed or organically grown. So otherwise, nobody will accept that the product you are offering to the international market is organic. So to talk about today's topic, Introduction for Organic Certification, we have very appropriate personality here with us today. He is Mr. Kasun Geeganage, currently serving as a certifier for organic certification. Let me briefly introduce Mr. Kasun to you all. Kasun is graduated from the Faculty of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya. He has completed his master's degree in Postgraduate Institute of Agriculture, University of Peradeniya. He is a well-experienced senior auditor in organic and social certifications. Kasun has experience working as an auditor in more than 10 countries, including Vietnam, Philippines, Iran, Cambodia, and Thailand. Currently, he is working as a certifier to the Control Union Inspection Certification Body, Sri Lanka. He will be breaking the main topic under the subtopics like development of standards, different organic standards, what is organic certification, advantages of organic certification, who are eligible for certification, steps of certification, etc. Before inviting him to make the presentation, I would like to briefly explain you how this process will go on. So we will allow like 45 to 15 minutes to make the presentation by Mr. Kasun, and thereafter the forum will be open for the discussion. So you are kindly invited to share your comments, questions, thoughts, and any criticism to the Q&A option, which is shown down the screen here, and we will be answering the questions after the presentation of Mr. Kasun. So we believe that this session will be much useful to you, get the best out of this session. Now I would like to invite Kasun to continue from here. Yes, Kasun, now the forum is open for you to continue from here.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Gayani. Thank you very much for the EDB inviting Control Union to present about the organic certification need in Sri Lanka, because Control Union operating as the pioneering and the leading organic certification body in Sri Lanka throughout the last 20 years time. So I think this is a good opportunity to tell you that about the development of the certification process, and also that how we need to go for certification, what are the requirements. So let's start my presentation. I think now you can see my screen.
Yes, Kasun, perfectly seen. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I think it's better to start from the history of agriculture. I would like to do the thing like this because we all know about agriculture, that in agriculture history based on milestones throughout the last 10, 15,000 years back in the world, human history, that we can see a lot of milestones which introduced commercial crops or commercial crop production systems to the world. So like 10,000 years back, like based on Central Asian region, that people start to grow wheat and barley. And as we know that Egyptian civilization special for the written evidences of human history. So we can find grain agriculture in Egyptian civilization. Then after, when we come towards to the Mayan civilization in the Central American region, so they introduce a lot of important crops like corn, cassava, potatoes, pepper, like that. So this is the way we came through the world agricultural history. But let's see about Sri Lankan history. So we can proudly say we also have 2,500 or more than that years old agricultural civilization in Sri Lanka. So that is great. But these things suddenly change of the starting of 20th century. So prior to that, so we have had a very good agricultural system which is harmonizing with the environment, other natural ecosystem and the animals and so on. So we had very developed irrigation system, and this system is very much sustainable system for the agricultural history. So as I told you that this changed in the starting of 20th century. So people after the First World War, the people start to use agrochemicals heavily to kill pests and diseases, and also that as we know that with the green revolution, scientists introduced a lot of high yielding crops for the world. The other side of high yielding crop is they are highly consuming agro fertilizers, and also they are highly susceptible for pests and diseases. So then people need to use agrochemicals to prevent these things. So this is the starting point. Actually, people you start to use heavy agrochemicals and fertilizers, and then after 1970s, that we are experiencing the genetically modified crops that there are good and bads. So, but world is more concerned about these bads of the genetically modified or crops or organisms with different types of features. So with that, actually at the same time, the people start to like healthy crops, healthy foods, and also the people start to buy organic crops. So we need to focus on that side. In here, as the figures that you can find in worldwide, the total market of organic product, it's more than 80 billion euros, but in 2020 it's increased up to 97 billion euros. And also worldwide we can find 2.8 million organic farmers. Also that if we stats in 2016, it's showing 178 countries are involving with organic agriculture, but today it's raised up to 186 countries. And also the total farmlands, now it's became 71.5 million hectare of farmlands. It's a marvelous thing. It's a marvelous increment throughout past few years' time. In the distribution of the organic farmlands among the world, so we can see that a majority belongs to the Australia and surrounding countries. Based on the reason behind that, they have very developed organic livestock industries. For the livestock, they need to grow organic green lands to feed the livestock. And also then second place goes to Europe, and then Latin America, and then Asia, we have very higher production of farmlands. In the total farmlands, considering total farmlands in the world, 1.5% of total farmlands are organic farmlands. That is the way it's distributed. That it means that people are interested to buy organic products. People are concerning about organic products. So in this part, there should be a way to verification of these organic products to identify these organic products in the market. So let's just go through that. What are the mechanism? What are the things? What are the steps we need to identify organic products in the market? Like the first one, the self-declaration. Yeah, anyone can claim, okay, my product is organic. Some of certification worldwide, they are giving some opportunities for this even. The second thing, the customer assessment. Okay, that producer is declaring, okay, this is my, these are organic products, but consumer again can check really are they organic or not. But third one, independent third-party assessments are the best option in the world to recognize the organic products, because in here the third party is not biased to the consumer or the producer. Independently, they will assess it and they declare about the organic production, organic system, or about the product. Okay, let's see that via this path it came up to organic certification, because we call that this third-party assessment as organic certification. Let's see what is this organic certification, or how and why we need organic certification. Okay, in the starting of like 20th century, as we discussed earlier, that people start to use heavily agrochemicals and fertilizers, but at the same time, people start to raise their voice against chemical for agriculture, and also they try to promote organic agriculture. There's a movement for that. So in 1920s onwards, people start their voice and they build their concepts regarding organic agriculture. I think that most of you are aware about these people, that Sir Albert Howard, that we consider him as the father of organic agriculture, and Lady Eva Balfour, again a lady who is who raised her voice against chemical agriculture and developed a farmer association those days to promote organic agriculture. Today we know this organization as Soil Association in UK. And Rachel Carson, again, she's a botanist and writer, that she wrote a book called Silent Spring. So this book again reveals the bad side of, darker side of chemical agriculture. So again, that US scientist J.I. Rodell, that he shows a kind of holistic approach, holistic view on organic agriculture to the world. And Steiner, we call him as the like person who is go towards more than organic, that we call it as biodynamic agriculture. It is some kind of more than organic production. After that, in 1970s onwards, people start to develop standards and regulations based on these concepts, basic concepts. To develop these basic concepts, they use a few basic principles of organic agriculture. These organic principles are very simple but very deep. So the first, there are four principles basically. The first one, principle of health. It's about the health of people, health of animal, health of the plants, and basically health of soil, and finally health of the planet. that if you have proper healthier soil, you can get a healthier crop, and then people became more healthier. Then the second principle, it's ecology. It's about talking about ecological cycles, like cross ecologies, working around the world. Like, as you know, that in forest ecosystems, no one feeding, no one putting fertilizers, but they're surviving because they have their own cycles. So like that, the organic agriculture encouraged to develop a better ecological system with their own cycles. And then the third and fourth principles are a little bit different. They are talking about the principle of fairness, that outcomes of these organic agriculture should be fair for the farmer and all the consumers and all the people who are engaging with all the steps in organic production. And principle of care is ultimately, it's caring about the health of people, health of the environment, and also to build a sustainable future for the human and the world. Okay, these are the four principles. That based on these four principles, people start to develop standards. So next thing is, let's see what is an organic product. So this is really important and interesting. A product that, because that we know we don't have much more clear definition for this organic product, but we should have a definition that then it will help us to understand what is this really organic product. So organic product, a product that has been produced, processed, and handled, labeled in compliance with organic standards and certified accordingly. It means this product should be produced. It means in the farm, it should produce according to organic requirements, processed and handled according to the organic requirements, organic standards, and labeled. And finally, product need to be certified accordingly. Ultimately, certified products can consider about an organic product. Okay, so recent research reveals that people are little bit reluctant to buy organic products. They search why people are reluctant to buy organic products. So they found that main reason about the genuineness, people don't know how to find a genuine organic product. So this, to give an answer for this question, we need to check a way to find a real organic product. So what is an organic certification? Let's see what is this real organic product, or what is a real organic certification. That organic certification should be offered by an independent third party, can be a certification body, and this certification should according to a set of recognized standards. So these standards can be recognized globally, internationally, or sometimes locally. And this organic certification finally ensures the integrity and the traceability of the product, and it gives a credibility of the organic product. Finally, this certificate will build a trust between buyer and the producer. Okay, organic is a kind of broad concept, but people develop standards based on their requirements. There are a lot of standards in the world linked with organic. They are the adaptations of this broad concept to their requirements. That's why there are a lot of standards in country to country. Basically, let's go through what is a standard. Standard, it's a simply said, it's a set of criteria to verify the achievement of some kind of quality requirements of product. So basically, just if you consider just standard, it's not a mandatory. But if someone like to use, they can use it. But there are some other sides: technical regulation or legalized standards. These legalized standards are compulsory. They are compulsory to follow if people. Sorry for the inconvenience. Here, actually, that I don't know whether you heard my previous slide. Uh, we talk about the types of organic certification, organic standards. There are two types, like private labels and legalized standards or regulation. The first set of standards, we call these standards as legalized standards or regulation. In the world, you can find a lot of legalized standards or regulation. The first one in here, you can see this green color logo. It belongs to the European Organic Regulation. So this is a legalized standard. If anyone is willing to send your product to Europe, you need to have this.
Excuse me, Kasun, we have an issue that we can't see your screen here. So I think only the sound comes properly, but the slides are not visible at the moment. Can you please check that? Now it's okay, Kasun. Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
The first icon, first logo belongs to European Organic. If someone is willing to send your product to Europe, you have to have this standard or this certificate, because it's a law or it's a regulation. The second one, we call it USDA National Organic Program. That if someone is going to send your product to US, so then you should have this particular standard, particular certificate. Otherwise, you can't send your products, organic products, to US. So the third one, we call it as JAS, Japanese Agricultural Standards. If anyone going to send the product to Japan, that you have to achieve this certification. Likewise, there are a lot of these kind of regulations are there. Korean organic, Chinese organic, Brazilian organic, Taiwanese organic, and so on. Yes, we also have our own certification system or regulation. We call Sri Lankan Organic Standard. Actually, it released in a couple of years back. Now start implementation, and in Sri Lanka, also, we have our own organic standard. Basically, these are regulation or legalized standards. These are binding with the law. Okay, this next set of standards we call private labels. They're like examples like Biosis. There's someone is going to send your product to Switzerland. The people like to have Biosis, but to achieve Biosis, first you need to achieve European organ, then you have to go for Biosis standard, because that it's addressing more than the requirements which are covering from EU regulation. Basically, Biosis, it's about organic plus biodiversity plus social requirements. And also the second one is Natulan. Again, Natulan started as a farmer organization. Now they developed and spread all over the world. And Natulan also a combination of organic certifications, organic requirements plus social requirements. Okay, third one. This is different. This is Demeter. I told you earlier, there's a interest about biodynamic agriculture. Biodynamic agriculture also, again, a little more than organic requirements. That we had this biodynamic systems. Previously in our world, we own, but today we lost some of these biodynamic systems. But internationally, there's a recognition for biodynamically produced products in the world market. This is Demeter for the certification for biodynamic. Okay, the fourth one, it is again very much different. This is global organic textile standard. It's again a different set of standard which is covering organic textile. So like that, we can find a lot of organic products in the world market. So they have different types of standards and different types of value additions. Okay, let's see that why we need different types of standards. So the reason is in the world, countries or regions in the world try to adapt that broad organic principles according to their requirements. So based on that requirement, they build their own standards. So these standards have few differences. They are core, sometimes they are very much equal, but they have different small differences to each other. So as example, that National Organic Program in USDA, in this certification program, we can certify a trader who is not handling organic product, who is just making documents and just trading the product. But in other hand, in Japanese agriculture standards, we can't certify traders. At least product handler should be a processor or a repacker. Likewise, these standards have small differences. I'm not going through all these things one by one, but I need to show you why they are different, why we have a lot of organic principles, organic standards in worldwide. Okay, let's see why, now that we know about organic certification, why we need that. What are the advantages of these certification? As we know that if someone have organic certification, it's open the new avenues in world market, and it most of times you can get higher premium prices than conventional products. And also the now organic market, it's a kind of fast growing market in locally and regionally and international markets. Even Sri Lanka, that we can find a lot of the big growing trend via organic products in the market. 5 years, 10 years back, we did not see any organic product in the market in Sri Lanka, but now you can see a lot. So it shows how it is growing in locally. And again, organic products, organic market, or organic production will support to the local economies. So we can have a lot of foreign income because of these organic sector. And also, in the other side, there are a lot of funding and technical assistance programs operating internationally and locally. You can access to these programs by using your organic certification. You can get their help. And also, if you have organic organic certification, it will make a market to your product to purchase, and also that consumer have a good market to purchase organic products because they know. So these are the direct advantage of organic certification. But again, indirectly, it will help to improve water quality, and it will help to improve energy, because conventional agriculture is consuming a lot of energy. But this will cut down the half of, or more than half of energy which they are using for the agriculture. And organic agriculture increase the biodiversity, and also the main principle in organic, like it contributes to soil health. Ultimately, organic agriculture helps to build a healthy future. Okay, let's see that who can get organic certification. That the producers means farmers. In farmer level, farmers can apply for organic certification and can be organic certified. And processors, handlers, repackers, traders, these all the parties can have organic certification. Mainly starting from the farmer until the consumer, all the steps in the value chain need to be certified. If not, we can't consider that product as an organic product. As an example, let's see that farmer is growing organic products, but in processing steps, it is not a organically certified operation, but then end products we can't consider as an organic product because we don't know how it processed. Is it according to organic or not? So all the steps in the value chain need to be certified. The people who are involving these steps can be certified. Okay, then now we know that who can get organic certificate. First we talk about what is organic certificate. Now we know that who can get organic certificate. That let's see that what are the steps to get these organic certificates. First, operator need to identify the scope your operation. So it can be a farming operation, it can be a processing operation. So you have to understand what you need to certify as organic in your operation. What are the lands, what are the processes, what are the factories, what are the products you need to certify for as organic. So that is the first step. That is very important. So then you need to think about the market. Okay, after your certification, so what will be your market? Is it local market? It is international market? Okay, if it is international market, so is it a US or is it a Europe? What is the market? So according to your market, you need to decide the certification. As an example, if you have European organic certificate, but after that you can meet a client from buyer from US, but you have European organic certificate, but you can't use that European organic certificate to send your product to the US. So because of that reason, the first you need to think about market, and then you can decide what is the certificate you need. And sometimes operators need more than one certificate because they are sending a lot of countries in the world. And then you have to think about the economic viability. Okay, after having your organic product, organic certification, do you have really value for that organic certified product? So you need to assess it. You have to value the market and all the product and with the certification cost. So then, because again, other side in organic production, also you need to prepare the system, so it will cost. So before starting organic production or going for the organic certification, you have to think about the economic viability. And okay, that is your side. So then you need to find a certification body for the organic certification. These certification bodies should be accredited certification bodies. And also they should have relevant recognition in authorities. As example, say European Union, the particular certification body need to achieve their recognition for particular country. So you need to check whether this particular certification body, okay, they are accredited, but do they really have the recognition for this particular country or Sri Lanka? So we have to think about that. As example, that in here you can see the LKBA 149, that is the recognition code or the CB code for Control Union Sri Lanka, issued by European Union. Likewise, you have to think about the accreditation of the certification body. and also the recognition. Okay, so now you are aware about yourself, and also you are aware about the certification body. So then the steps are simple, but again, a little bit deep. So first you have to send the application form to the certification body. Then that certification body will review the application form, all the informations there, that how many producers there, how many processors there, what are the products you are going to certify. So based on that, they will send you their comments. So also, if the application is okay, certification body will send you the uh, contract for the signature. So that in there, you can see what are the costs involving with the certification, and also what are the terms and conditions. That if you agree with these terms and conditions, you can send back the uh, signed contract to finish the registration process by the certification body. So then after, certification body will start the certification process. In here, uh, one of auditor will visit your place or field or processing unit. He will do a necessary assessment uh, according to the applied, or according to your application. That if you apply for one particular standard, that we will do the audit according to that. And if you have applied couple of standards, we will arrange the certification audit accordingly. And based on the findings of in audit, auditor will send a final report for the final review. Sometimes there can be findings, there can be negative findings in your audit. We call them as non-conformities, which are non-compliant to the regulation or standard. So that you will get a deadline to close these non-conformities. So because without closing non-conformity, certification body can't issue the certificate. Then after, organic certification body will issue the scope certificate, or we call organic certificate. So this organic certificate, after having this organic certificate, you are a certified party. You can go forward with your organic operation. Because the reason is that all the operations, all the products, all the processing units, all the production units are there in your certificate. You can do your organic production with that certified scope. But if you are going to do something different, so then you need to inform certification body and you have to update your certificate. After that, there's another special certificate. We call it transaction certificate. After having your organic certificate, when you are sending your products to your buyer, you have to apply for a transaction certificate. In this transaction certificate, it's issued for each and every sale or each and every shipment. It implement the traceability of the product in the time which the product transfer one party to another, basically transfer the ownership of the product. So this transaction certificates also applied and issued via certification body. It's not a lengthy process. It's an online system. You can apply it online and get the certificate transaction certificates very short time. And this is the way to get organic certificate. And this organic certification will renew annually. Okay, these are the things I need to discuss about organic certification. But let's see what are the basic requirements to get organic certification. Let's go a little bit quickly these points. I think there's very simple points, but when you are implementing these points, you should have a proper knowledge. In the field practices, the field should be uncontaminated land, and agrochemicals or synthetic agro inputs haven't used should not use these lands for last 3 years time. And that is about your land. So that how about your neighbor? So there, if you need to think about the contamination risk from the neighboring lands, you have to have a proper precautionary methods or actions to prevent these contaminations. And if you are using starting materials, they should be organic starting materials, or in case of difficult situations to find organic starting materials, it should be non-treated starting materials. These materials need to be approved by the certification body. And when you are practicing the agricultural practices, you have to use the cultural methods, and also you can find allowed substances list or annex in each and every standard. So you can use these two methods to prevent pests and diseases and improve the soil fertility. And always organic agriculture encourage for less of farm inputs, and also you have to think about the operations of post harvesting and harvesting also, because there can be a contamination probability or possibility for in after harvesting also. And then you need to maintain proper records for the farm operation and inputs and the purchases and the sales. That is really important. And the second part of organic producer certification, you can be a big farmer or you can be a group farmer. You can have a smallholder farmer group, and via that smallholder farmer group, you can request for organic certification. Okay, that is quickly about what are the basic requirements of organic crop production. If you think about organic processing, basically organic processor should have a valid scope certificate containing with certified organic products and processing. Prior to process your organic products, you have to achieve this requirement. And also you need to think about the raw material reception point, whether there are safe transportation mode you have your supplier applied for your raw materials. And also you need to check the indications of the labels and the documents which the supplier sending for you. That is really important. And after that, in the processing practices, always need to implement the separation with other non-organic raw materials if there, and also avoid mixing with conventional products and these not allowed substances in organic operations. You have to think about these things. And also implementation of cleaning practices are really important. And when you are storing, you need to maintain proper lot identification system. In processing also very much same, always need to avoid contamination possibilities and contaminations with non-organic products and also disallowed substances. And also always try to make the organic operation separately and maintain cleaning procedures accordingly. Also, to practice organic operations, you have to have proper good manufacturing practices in your processing unit, because that you are processing food, you need to achieve the you have to implement the proper hygienic practices in there. Okay, so then after, each and every product you are processing in your process, you should have a proper recipe or a product specification. This particular product specification or recipe should approved by the certification body. And also you need to consider about the labels and statements. That is really important, because we are dealing with the legal standards. They are about the label laws in particular country, so your labels need to be according to those requirements. Always try to adhere with label requirements, and try to get prior label approvals from the certification body. And also, when you are transporting your finished product, you need to choose proper safe transportation mode to prevent the contamination on the way. And ultimately, you need to maintain proper documentation procedure, bookkeeping procedure in the processing unit. This is really important to implement the traceability system. And there's a requirement of keeping a sample at least 6 months. That is really important. Okay, actually, these are the things. Briefly, I need to talk to you about the organic certification, how and why you need organic certification, and what are the basic requirements you need to comply to achieve this organic certification. Gaini, I think that this is the ending of my presentation. And I would like to tell always that organic certification is more than a certification. It's a culture with the bond of trust that is important. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kasun. Thank you very much for your very informative presentation. I think that most of the gray areas that our participants might be having are now cleared for all of them. Now we can actually turn to the question and answers session. So I think now, yeah, we have received like very few questions here. Due to the reason might be that Kasun has touched upon most of the areas that are not clear to them. Anyway, I have one question to you, Kasun. So I think now that due to the increasing demand created globally, due to might be the reason of this COVID pandemic situation, now people have actually turned to the organic foods. So the people who are using conventional foods are now turning to organic food as well. So if an exporter or a potential exporter in Sri Lanka who is not owing an organic certification at the moment, who has not obtained the organic certification at the moment from a third party independent certification body, how can he engage with exporting organic item with for a maybe for a immediate export from overseas supplier? So like it might be like trading the products. So how does
actually, actually that again, that's certifying of traders are different from according to the certifications in worldwide. Like as I told you that for Japan, that traders can't get certification, and but US traders can be certified. Traders can have the certification, and also he can send their products. But when someone sending EU European countries, again traders have some problems, because that when you are sending your products to Europe, you have to apply COI, or certificate of imports, via tracer system belongs to European Union, European Commission. So this particular system, this tracer system, will not allow to traders to apply. Traders, because to apply for this particular system, at least the operator should be a product handler. So these difficulties are there, but otherwise, like other countries, like say mainly US and other like Middle East, like countries, they don't have their own certifications. So anyone can be a trader easily. But as I told you, we have that restrictions in Europe.
Thank you, Kasun. Thank you, Kasun. Mr. Balagalla has raised another question asking whether requesting to briefly explain about the changes of EU and NOP regulations. We know that by the year 2022, the new organic regulations are going to be imposed by European Union. So how that will affect, and what are the changes that affect, especially for the Sri Lankan exporters? So that's a good question, Mr. Balagal, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that I think that a couple of weeks back, that even that EDB organized another forum to discuss about this also, that very comprehensively. That shortly, like a few changes going to be happen in European upcoming EU regulation update. Previously, it planned for 2020, but now it's postponed until 2021. And also that in here, that mainly like they are more focusing, like according to our requirements, focusing on small farmer certification, because the previously third countries had that opportunity to certify smallholder farmer groups, but the European countries, they did not have that privilege. But with the new regulation, they implement the certification of smallholder farmer groups. Also, that there are changes about, again, the smallholder sizes and numbers also. I think that in USDA certification, again, they're planning to have a system like tracers, but not yet implemented. But I can remember previous BioFac that we had a seminar with USDA. So in there they like gave a sign to they are going to implement again a traceability system, or a like tracers like system for US. So then in that kind of situations, the operators need to apply transaction certificates via this tracer system. So other than that, there are no any much changes in USDA national organic programs, but there are few changes is going to be happen in upcoming EU regulation. Like I told you, that flavors, that they have definitions. Now they are going to implement about flavors also, and also the smallholder farmer groups definitions and demarcations.
Thank you, Kasun. Yes, thank you very much. We got a perfect answer for that one. There's another question from Ms. Shirangi. She's asking, do you issue TCs, transaction certificates, for the products that you are selling that they can sell locally?
Yes, we will. We are issuing transaction certificates for locally selling products, because the transaction certificates mainly it's help to link or implement the linkage of the transaction. Again, that it's the way to bridge the traceability mainly. So then even in local transactions, operators need to apply for transaction certificates, and certification control union is issuing transaction certificates. That is really important. This is happening actually because that we have farmer groups certified already, and we have individual farmers certified that they are sending, they are providing raw materials for processes in these transactions. Each and every time they are applying for transaction certificate, and we will issue.
Yeah,
and also that I think she is asking that how long will it take. Actually, that most of time transaction certificates will be issued within 1 day or maximum 2 days.
Yeah, actually we are running out of the time, and that is why that we can't actually take all the other questions one by one here. So I regret very much for this issue. Anyway, the presentation is actually will be available on EDB website from tomorrow, and everyone can leisurely revisit the presentation, and it will give answers that you are still having might be. So actually at the moment, on behalf of EDB, I would like to thank you, Kasun, Mr. Kasun Geeganage, for his very informative, very interesting presentation on organic certification, and the all others who are participating, who are here with us today, listening and raising their questions today. So thank you very much for all of you, and we will be meeting back again with another same kind of a webinar on next Thursday. So please share your hands with us on next Thursday as well. So thank you for all for joining with us this evening. Thank you. Thanks again. Thank you, Kasun, for your.
Thank you very much, Gani. On behalf of Control Union, I would like to thank you and EDB and giving this opportunity to Control Union. Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.